Hi everybody, Jo here again. How are you doing? Now, I thought I'd come in with a little project for our creative challenge. So each month at Lavinia, we have a challenge and we have a different theme. And you just need to create something using your Lavinia products that fits that theme. The winner is chosen at random and wins a £40 voucher to spend at Lavinia. So this month's theme is Snow Flurry. Now this one starts with an A6 piece of the multifarious card, and I'm going to be stamping in the Nocturne, the black. And the first stamp is the floral wreath. So useful this, but it's beautiful for colouring in. It's such a gorgeous stamp. So I'm just want it coming off the bottom of the page. So just catching that bottom edge. And that's because I'm going to stamp our lovely small reindeer. Now the other thing is I'm going to have my snow here. So what I'm going to do is just tear myself a little bit of copy of paper, just so I can put his feet so they look like they're in the snow there. So again, and I'm sticking with the black because I like that nice silhouette. So I'm just going to pop him, as I say, just with his feet, bottom of his feet in the snow there. And again, he's a silhouette, so I'm going to give that ink time to soak in. Don't be in a rush to lift your stamp up too quickly. And there we go, it's stamped beautiful. And can you see, I've just managed to avoid, so he looks like he's actually stood on top of the berries there. So that's just using that copy of paper. Now, I've gone for a little stamp here off the lamp set. I wasn't quite sure what to do with this bit. And again, if that happens, just look through your stamps. Now, this, my head might come over, I'm afraid, because I just want to see if I can stamp this lovely lamp on top of there. Now, it's not quite, but don't worry, because I could get my black fine liner and just do that. But we're also going to stamp a little bit of holly there. So no need to worry. Next one of the small robins. Now again, he's perching. You can tell I like to test myself, can't you? He's perching on top of the lamp. So let's try again. Let's see if we can get him. But you know what? If he's not quite on top, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? That fine line is coming out again. Yeah, we've managed to get that, so phew, that's okay. Now, I just want to stamp a couple little sprigs of holly, and I'm going for the rainforest. And I just want those just sort of here, just a couple of them. Don't want to overdo it with them. So I'll probably go for 3. So if I just angle it round, we'll have one there and then just one more. And it's just a fill. I've just got a little bit of ink on my block, just to fill this space here. Now, again, like I say, there are so many different stamps that you could use for this. I think you're going to have great fun looking. Now today, so I'm just going to blot this. You know what I'm like, it's a slow drying ink, so make sure you blot it. Now, obviously Snow Flurry, as I say, so many, it could just be a floral, it could be animals, or those cheeky mice. Now, it could be the new stamps, which are just fabulous. But I thought I wouldn't use the new stamps, just because in case there's some of you that they haven't reached you yet. And I know it gets, you message me and you say you're a bit upset because all the inspirations using the new stamps and you haven't got yours yet. And I understand, I know what that's like. So do you know what? We're using stamps that we've had for a while. And also it's nice to get your older stamps out. So next, I just want to add a little bit of colour in the sky. So as always, look, I'm going to use my moon mask more as a spotlight, and I'm going to turn my work upside down. You know I like to do this. Now I'm coming in with Della Blue. And again, blending it in the lid, starting at the bottom and just seeing how much colour. That's just about the right amount of colour. And I'm just going to go around our lovely reindeer and just sort of into the sky there. So happy with that. Now again, you could leave it just with the blue, but recently I've been either adding the violet chalk or the confetti to the sky. I just think it makes it look more as though it's sort of a snowy, and after all, this is Snow Flurry. So I'm just going to see how much pink. You see, it's amazing how much pink is on there already. So I've not even inked up, so that's a little tip. Just see what's on your brush. You might have enough colour. So and I've gone right across the moon, look. And that just makes that sky look that lovely snowy sky. And I'm just cleaning the ink off my brush. And that's a win-win because I've not used any more ink. So let's add some colour. First of all to the berries. And I'm going to come in with one of the lovely Signo Uniball pens. And obviously this is the red one. But it's almost quite a pinky red. So it goes with the tones in that sky really well. And then for our berries, I'm just going to add a little bit of brown. Right, that's number 30. I know I heard you ask. So I'm going to use number 3, number 5, number 30, 132 and 170. So for the lady and gentleman who just asked what numbers, there you go. You see, I can hear you. See, you're worried now, aren't you? You're thinking, what have we been saying and that she can hear us? So I'm just going to do that little quick colouring. If you haven't got a dark red, brown is a lovely colour to blend. It deepens the red. So I've only got 2 reds in this set with my Mondelez pencils. So I'm using the darker one. But then I'm going to come in with the lighter one. And I'm just going to be mindful to leave an area of white just to add that highlight, and also to remind me to come in with my white pen. Now it might be you just want to add your white pen, but I've just found recently it helps me if I just leave that white area, and also when I look at it, it gives me an idea of that highlight. So I'm just blending. Again, just take your time. Now it might be you want to do your berries blue. I've seen some beautiful designs that wear the coloured blue. But I just thought for this to team in with the reds and the pinks. But again, it all depends how you want to colour your design. So we'll have a little bit of orange in the lamp. And then a little bit of yellow. And then around that, we'll come in with our lovely pastel pencils and just add a little bit of a yellow glow. And then I'm just going to use my white pencil to blend that yellow. And what I've found, it softens it, but it gives sort of a white glow as well as the yellow. And then with the white, I'm just going to, on my robin, just sort of give an idea of where his wing is. And just add a little bit on the lovely reindeer, sort of here where he's got these lovely, just to add a bit of shape. And here on his legs, look. And he's sort of got this woolly bit at the front. And again, I'm just smudging it. A, to fix it, but B, just I think when it's smudged, it looks better. And again, you can add as much as you want. That's as much as I'm going to add. But what I am going to do with the grey, I'm just going to ground him a little and just add a little bit in here. Now I am going to come in with my lovely snow, but I just want to add a bit of grey, just to almost act like shadow, almost under the snow. And it's amazing sometimes what a difference something like this can make. And often with something like this, you don't notice it in the finished design, but you would notice if it wasn't there. I'm going to stop with that. Then our little finishing touches. So I'm going to come in with my mangaka. Now again, I'm going to use a combination of my lovely Signo Uniball pen. I've got my Posca and I've got my mangaka. And I'm just going to add, just going over these white highlights, the area that I left. And on the smaller ones, I'm just adding. But that pen's a bit thick for me, for the robin. So I'm just going to come in, I want it just a bit finer. And again, just on our lovely reindeer here. I only want the odd little line, I don't want too much. So I'm just coming in. But again, you just use your combination. And we're all different. So for me, that combination really works. So some snow. So I've gone for my Posca for this. The mangaka, the nibs can fly out if you use that as snow. So a little tip, I wouldn't use that for snow. I'd stick with the Posca. And I'm just going to come in and just add some lovely Posca splats over the whole thing as our first layer of snow. Now, it is Snow Flurry, so I'm going to add quite a bit. And if I just bring that up to show you. So we've got that first line of snow, and then I'm going to come up with my crystal paste. And again, just take the lid off. And my magic tool, you can tell where I went for a coffee earlier, can't you? And I'm just going to come in and add my second lot of snow. So we'll have a little bit just, and a little tip, if you didn't quite get his feet up here, look, if you add some snow, you can hide it. So I want a little bit on my holly. And again, I find this is a good way to apply it. I want a little bit, not got a lot left in my pot, but you know, it's one of those things you don't think you've got much left, and then it's amazing how far it goes. Little bit on his antlers, look. And then here, I'm going to pop it all the way in the middle. And it's lovely because it dries perfectly hard and you can post it. It's fine to post. And I want a little bit under his feet, look. Now, if you didn't have this, your Stickles glitter glue would work lovely, or one of our gorgeous glitters. So again, you think what you're going to use for your Snow Flurry. And just to make it a little bit three-dimensional, Glossy Accents works really well with this stamp as well. Those berries are fabulous with glossy accents on. Right, so I'm just going to, just on there. I want a little bit on there, don't I? Just a touch catch in there, and a little bit more just in here. And just on there. All these and just. And we've got a little bit just on his ear there. Now you could put a tiny bit on his nose, but we won't. We'll stop there. So again, pop the lid on and give it a good press down, pressing the outside, remember, not the middle, like I did. Lid on. And there we go. You've got a lovely, Snow Flurry. And when that dries, it'll dry just absolutely beautiful and hard to the touch. And there, that one I've put on some dark red card. And I've also added the Posca splats on the card. So that really is a Snow Flurry. So I hope you enter the challenge. Wouldn't it be fabulous if you could comment on this at the end of the month when the winner's announced and say, Joe, thanks for your video. I entered the challenge and guess what I've won? And then you can tell me what you're spending your £40 on. That will be fabulous. So I do hope you have a go. Have a look through your stamps, see what you've got, what you're going to use for your snow. Is it going to be stickles, acrylic paint, Posca? So many things you could use. Glitter. Anyway, I can't wait to see. Keep an eye on everything you do, you know. So thanks as always for popping in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Love and hugs from me. Bye for now.